First and foremost, welcome to our very first video vlog for our website televisionaddict.ca. I am so excited to finally debut our video log. Sorry for the delay. It was actually supposed to be available 2 weeks before, but since I broke my wrist, it was a little bit more complicated doing all the video editing and typing. But I'm fine now. And you can stream our episodes directly from our YouTube channel or directly on televisionaddict.ca. My name is Jay, and this is my first video complete with editing, so I apologize if it's not perfect. We're going to get there. On today's show, we will celebrate the 50 years of General Hospital. Can you imagine being on the air for 50 years? We will see clips from the episode that aired on April 2nd, 2013, with my commentary and stuff. We have tons of stuff in store, so I hope you join me in celebrating General Hospital.
So I sent out a list of questions to everybody to Access Hollywood asking. I knew I was interviewing like 30 people today. I got 5 questions and they were all for the 2 of you. It's so funny. It's like even at Access Hollywood, the soap opera fans are always like the biggest fans and they want to know all the information. So of course the #1 question being about the fact that Jeannie's coming back to General Hospital.
Well, we're so excited about it. It's going to be really fun, and she'll come back with a big secret, and she'll come back with someone else, so it'll be a fun little surprise for the audience.
Along with her. Will there be romance in the cards for her? Of course,
There's
I think everyone. Anytime you hear she's coming back, you think Luke and Laura. Luke and Laura. We want them back together.
Well, the whole Spencer family will be affected.
It's going to be Sonny and Laura this time around.
The whole Spencer family will be affected by her return, so it'll be really, really exciting for all of the fans, the new fans and the older fans.
What sort of energy does having him here bring to the show now?
Wow, it's amazing, actually. I think upon Frank's arrival, it was a really kind of dark time for daytime and General Hospital. I think everyone's spirits were sort of in the... It was just, we all felt like we were on a sinking ship. And Frank came in and he turned that frown upside down, man. And I mean, not only from the actors to the grips to the camera people to everyone on every floor. It's just, yeah, he brought this spirit and this infectious, we can do it and we can all do it together, so let's get it done. And it worked. It worked, and everyone's in there and they're hustling and they've got a smile on their face and they believe. And we've seen the results of the hard work.
Fans are really responding. The ratings in 18 to 34 up 50%
really
year to date.
Exciting.
So that's kind of fun.
Well, I think it's interesting because, you know, they got rid of some soap operas and now there's like only these few left, and yet I think the proof is in the pudding that they've done all these talk shows and they're trying to save money and they're doing these new shows.
It's not working.
But yet, right, it's not working, and people are coming back to soap and you're getting more viewers because of that. So it all sort of worked out in your favor, you know.
It sure did.
Is it nice to be back on the show and just be back on the show and not worrying about the dancing and the sequins and makeup?
It's bittersweet. I've got to tell you, it's bittersweet. I really thoroughly enjoyed my time on Dancing with the Stars, and I really enjoyed juggling the schedule. I'm a workaholic, so having to go into the mindset of being an overachiever every day was a little much. So it's very nice to be back.
But you haven't seen the last of her dances.
Oh, no. Okay.
Or my dance partner, perhaps.
Oh, he might be back. That was one of the questions that was sent to me. You have to ask. Is Val may be back for...
yeah, well, incorporating what I was just saying.
Hopefully, if all the scheduling works out, we'd love him back. He was on the show. He did an under 5 in the boxing gym, and he was really good.
Yeah.
And because Kelly and Val used to rehearse dancing after her scenes on the studio floor, we got to know Val really well, and he became sort of an extended part of the GH family. So we'd love to welcome him back and let him strut his stuff.
Will you, if anybody else from General Hospital wants to dance with the stars, will you let them, or that's it? Nobody else can go.
It depends on who it is, because there's not many that are as hardworking as Kelly. I mean, she'd come in and do the show and then rehearse all night. The only day she had off were Monday and Tuesday.
It's a hectic schedule to be able to juggle, and Frank trusted me in being able to handle both General Hospital and Dancing with the Stars, which was why I was allowed to let.
Yeah, she was a major story. Major story. Her
Like,
son
one
was
of the
kidnapped,
biggest
her husband was
storylines
dying,
I've
and there was
had
so
in
much
3
going
years.
on.
Yeah.
But she pulled it up. It's funny, when I talked to you at rehearsals, you seemed like you were like, I'm going to be voted off first week. No. And yet you made it all the way to the bitter end there.
It's that fighter in me. Oh.
Yeah, but she's also worked incredibly hard, and her dancing was beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, that one tango, the
tango was probably
incredible.
Technically the most amazing dance that I did.
Yeah.
But I had a great partner, so what can I say?
Okay, and the last thing that they wanted to know was, Steve Burton left the show. He said he was going to take some time off, and then it was just announced he was doing Young and the Restless. Did you guys, that surprise you at all?
Steve's a workaholic as well, and I had thought that he was going to take his ass to Tennessee and look at the woods and realize that the woods didn't really move so much, and I think that he needed to be back, and it just worked out with Y&R and him. I think Frank as well, wish him the best, and
but nothing surprises me.
No.
I've just been around too long.
Thank you, Access Hollywood, for this great interview with Kelly Monaco and Frank Valentini. There's a few things that was said in this clip that I've been rewatching. First of all, a year-to-date increase of 40 to 50% viewers. That's a lot of new viewers being added to General Hospital because of the failed attempts of Brian Franz and ABC to put some type of reality cook show, talk show, whatever show. So it really speaks volumes how that benefited General Hospital more than anything else. Like it said, before Frank and Ron came on the show, the show was on a steady nosedive. But these guys managed not only to bring the stories back to par, but also, and most importantly, the ratings. I honestly believe that at this day the show would have been cancelled if these two geniuses haven't come aboard. So in a few moments we're going to be watching another interview, this time with Ginny Francis. Before that, I just wanted to thank you again for viewing the video blog. And I hope you'll stay tuned because we have a lot more fun stuff to do.
So everybody, this is a very big week for General Hospital fans. The wait is over. Laura Spencer, played by Jeannie Francis, returned to the show after a 5-year absence. She became a part of soap opera history when she and Luke finally tied the knot back in 1981, and some 30 million of us were invited. It's still the most watched daytime drama event ever. Let's take a look.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until death do us part. And there too I pledge thee my troth.
Luke and Laura. So please welcome Jeannie Francis.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wow, it was so fun looking back at your big day on General Hospital in 1981. You were only 19 years old at the time. Yes. 30 million people, that's incredible. Did you realize how huge it was going to be and sort of in the days leading up to the big event?
Well, I certainly saw how nervous everyone was in the planning of it, but I didn't comprehend it at 19 years old. I certainly didn't ever imagine that at 50 years old I'd be sitting here on your show and talking about it again.
Really?
Oh, God, no.
We were talking about the fact that, Donald and I, before the show, that you have had a lot of celebrity fans, and we asked before the break, who was the member of the royal family who was a fan who actually sent you a little wedding gift.
Yes.
So do tell, Jeannie Francis.
They knocked on my dressing room door and they deposited a bottle of champagne, and on the card it said, "From the Right Honorable Lady Diana Spencer."
That is crazy.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Great. That is awesome. That is truly amazing. Oh, wow.
Were you surprised? I mean, obviously she was a GH fan, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, I said, "Who is this?" And I was too young. I didn't know. And somebody explained to me. I didn't know right honor. I didn't understand any of it. So it was explained to me, and then the champagne was taken from me because I was underage, and I kept it.
Bummer. Buzzkill.
You know, I remember watching that show as a little kid. My mom used to watch it all the time.
Really?
She loves you, so
That's
I
nice.
got to give you a big hug and a kiss for her, too. So she's just in love with you. But it's just amazing. I mean, I love the wedding. It still sticks in my mind as a little kid, and I went back and watched it again last night.
Is it fun for you to be back in the saddle with some of the cast members you got to know so well through the years?
It's so nice, Katie. It's like, well, you know, I didn't have high school. I had General Hospital. In fact, I have a diploma from General Hospital High School. I tried to find it, went through my garage before I came here, so I could show you.
Right, it's like a high school reunion
Exactly.
in a way, right?
Exactly.
And
yes.
you have two kids. You have a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, right?
I do.
They've had a pretty traditional upbringing, haven't they, Jeannie? And that's been important to you.
It has been really important to me. I've done it differently. You know, I've tried to keep it as, you know, normal as I can, given that they have two celebrity parents. But
you all even moved to Maine for a while, right?
we did.
Talk
See how
about getting
badly
away
I wanted
from it.
Nor- That's the opposite of Hollywood, you know. But I think that was the best thing I could have done for my kids.
Let's talk about the General Hospital anniversary, because you guys they're bringing a lot of veterans back to General Hospital in honor of this big 50-year mark, right?
Oh, it's fantastic. We are all there now. You know, everyone who carried a decade. It's very sweet. There's a lot of camaraderie. But I do have an announcement to make.
Uh-oh.
Really?
There's somebody coming back who's very, very important. The original leading lady, Rachel Ames, who played Audrey Hardy, Steve Hardy's
that's
wife.
so nice. Because she retired a few years ago, right?
Yes, she did. She did. But she's coming back for the big event. She'll be back on March 29th.
That's exciting. Well, I know there's a lot of mystery about why Laura is back in town. Can you shed any light on that? And is there a chance that sparks may fly between Luke and Laura again?
Oh.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Don't they have to, Katie?
Yeah, I would think so. But isn't he involved in someone else? Are you going to be like a home wrecker? Are you going to break them up?
Home wrecker?
Give us just a little bit.
Yeah, give us a little
taste.
hint.
Well,
Donald's got to tell his mom.
Yeah.
the audience doesn't have to wait long to see Luke and Laura get together. I mean, not romantically, but certainly they will find each other very quickly. Laura comes back because her daughter is having her first baby. And Laura's going to have a secret, and it will be revealed as time goes on. So, you know, her past and where she said she's been and what she said she's been doing is not quite what's been going on.
So it's a lie.
It's an omission of truth.
Okay.
Well, we're so happy that you came by, and continued success, and especially with your family and your kids. It sounds like they're doing remarkably well, and I know that's your proudest accomplishment, right? Jeannie Francis, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And as you know, we're looking at unforgettable weddings today. You won't believe what happened after this couple said, "I do," in a hot air balloon.
Thank you, Katie, for this great interview. Can you imagine 30 million viewers tuned in to watch the Luke and Laura wedding? In a later clip, you will hear Jeannie recite her official General Hospital name. It's actually quite funny. So the 50th anniversary was all out with returning vets. Like Jeannie said, anyone that carried a decade was there. So I'll go through the list, and you can imagine that there's a lot of holes in it because there's a lot of people that came back. There was Frisco Jones, played by Jack Wagner, Felicia Jones, played by Christy Wagner, Anna Devane, played by Finola Hughes, Duke Lavery, played by Ian Buchanan, Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis, Bobby Spencer, played by Jackie Zeman, A.J. Quartermain, played by Sean Cannon, and from Port Charles there was Lucy Coe, Kevin, Allison, Caleb, and I forgot a whole bunch of them. So if you have not watched the April 2nd episode, where the heck were you? It was over a month ago. There are 3 major comebacks. 2 that was announced. 1 not so much. So let's view the clip and we'll talk about it later.
Darkened my door for the last time.
You know, I never could really understand how Alan could do this to me. Give this house to the likes of you. If he wasn't already dead, I'd kill him myself.
Here's your chance, Tracy.
You stay out of this. This is between me and that harpy that you occasionally called a wife. I have no room for figments of my imagination.
If Alan is a figment of your imagination, why am I seeing him too? Monica, you see him too? He just sat down.
I can hear you.
Oh my God! I should have known.
Known what?
You faked his death too! How could you do it, my own flesh and blood?
May I remind you that AJ is also your flesh and blood, and no, I had nothing to do with this. I'm as shocked as you are.
So that is Alan sitting in the armchair?
In my armchair, yes.
I don't care how you got here. Do you have any idea how much I've missed you?
Well, I've missed you too.
Oh. It's true. It's really true. You're alive.
Not quite.
Oh, I have never been so happy.
You're about to be happier.
Hi, Mom.
Emily. Oh, I missed you so much.
I've missed you too.
Really, Alan? You couldn't have brought Mother or Daddy back from the great beyond? You had to bring Monica's adopted waif?
You did not just go there.
It's good to see you too, Aunt Tracy.
Well, I guess you both can't be alive.
Are you just visiting?
Here's backup. Dad wanted to talk some sense into you.
Yeah, well, I hope that statement isn't directed at me because she's the one that's throwing me out of the house.
Okay, for the last time, this is my house. Alan gave it to me. Ha! Laugh all you want to, Tracy. Clearly, they are on my side.
In your dreams, Monica.
Have you seen what your sister has been doing? She's been sabotaging our son. She stole your mother's piccalila relish recipe right out from under him.
Excuse me, Monica. Your pathetic loser of a son only deciphered that recipe after he stole my inheritance. I am the sole owner of piccalila relish, and it says so in Daddy's will.
Okay, I think we're getting a little...
You know, it doesn't matter who did what to who because this is my house and I have final say and I say you go.
Okay, Ellen. You didn't come all the way down here to side with Monica over your sister. Tell that two-timing wench that I'm staying.
Back me up here. You found Tracy to be just as impossible as I do, which is a nice way of saying he couldn't stand you.
Mom, can't you even try? Just a little?
To do what?
Meet Tracy halfway.
After the way she insulted you?
That was always my problem with you. You were a little holier than thou.
Not Quartermain enough?
Exactly.
Now, you see what I'm dealing with?
Oh, please. Alan knows me better than anybody on the planet. Yes, we competed for our parents' attention and despised each other's children.
Oh, you can stop right there. Ned and Dylan were always family to Alan.
Ned? Really? Even after you slept with him? The last in a long line of infidelity, starting with Rick Weber?
No, do not drag me into this.
Rick?
Oh, should I get you to a room?
I can't believe it's really you.
Are you just going to stand there and watch them fawn all over each other?
Tracy, I am already dead. There's not really very much more that Alan could do to me, is there? He was never really successful at murder, was he?
Please, like you should talk. You seduced my married mom during a quarantine at the hospital. People were dying and you hop in the sack.
Ellen, you told her that?
There's a lot of downtime up there, Mom.
Loath though I am to say it, Emily is right. You are not nearly as squeaky clean as you pretended to be. Hello, mistress in the attic? Not that I have any use for Laura whatsoever, but that stunt you and Scott Baldwin pulled kept her catatonic for almost 10 years.
That is not what happened. Not at all. And I didn't come here to rehash the past. I came here to bury the hatchet. Alan, we have been lousy to each other for years. In our present state, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Why don't we let bygones be bygones? Alan.
Bygones.
Tracy? Mom? If Rick and Dad can finally make peace, then don't you think the two of you can? Mom, Dad came all the way from the afterlife to get you and Tracy to a civil place.
This is really what you want?
It is.
Okay. Tracy, you can stay.
Su casa es mi casa?
Don't push it.
Thank you, Monica.
Your turn, Tracy.
Truce.
Truce.
Satisfied?
I don't know, Dad. I think they should seal it with a hug. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
It really was a long trip, and a hug would just make it all worth it.
You want me to hug her?
Yes.
It would take a bigger miracle than just this visit.
Monica, it's a little measly hug. All right, you could spend the rest of your waking days being haunted by the likes of us.
Next time we won't be so nice.
This is nice?
So I need to get to the hospital to see Nicholas, so...
Come on, Monica. Our daughter's waiting.
Okay, come on, let's get it over with.
Please.
Monica.
Yes.
They're gone.
Oh.
Wow. What the hell happened here?
I have no idea.
Alan, Emily, Rick. It was a dream, right? It had to be.
We can barely share living space. Now we're sharing dreams?
Well, what other explanation is there?
What the hell is in that relish?
For all of you that are still watching, thank you very much. So here's the last interview that we have with Jeannie Francis, like I promised, and then we'll see a few famous slap scenes, cat fights, with a bunch of General Hospital characters. Again, thank you very much for, watching, and watch for the clip, and we'll be back right after.
Today, don't eat what the caveman wouldn't eat.
I don't know where I can go buy a brontosaurus. Dr. Ian Smith is breaking down extreme diets and serving up a tasty breakfast smoothie. That's delicious.
Under 200 calories.
Then,
whoa, you put a whole second floor up here.
Can Ricky make this ladies' room fit for a lady?
Got it all figured out. It's all up here.
And
my name on the show is Laura Vining, Faulkner, Weber, Baldwin, Spencer, Cassadine, Spencer.
Over 30 years after Luke and Laura said, I do, Jeannie Francis is back on the set of General Hospital.
It's so embarrassing. And
wow! Watched as our next guest, well, in character, said I do during the famous wedding of Luke and Laura. I know, I watched it too. It's the most watched daytime drama event in the history of television. Now, to help celebrate General Hospital's 50th anniversary, her character, just to clarify, is not 50. She has returned as Laura Spencer. Take a look at her in action.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mom! Oh, my God, Mom! Oh, Lulu. Oh.
Please welcome for the first time to our show from General Hospital, Emmy winner, Jeannie Francis. Laura looks good. Laura, I love your jacket, baby. Thank you. It's so freaky to meet Jeannie Francis in real life because I'm like, Laura, I love your jacket. You look amazing. It's so weird. You know, I did not grow up in a house. You know, my mom was working in kitchens since the time I was on her hip. She didn't watch a ton of soap operas, but everyone that I knew, you know, all my sister, my older sister and all of her friends, all of my friends, we were all huddled around the television together watching Luke and Laura's wedding. It really is a huge, iconic moment in television history. Is it weird to be on the inside of that? To say I was there and I remember all that? Like,
yes. Well, all I can say to that is what is it like to not be on the inside of that? You know what I mean? I mean, this tape has followed me on every program I've ever been on, you know, for the past 30 years, really. But I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm thrilled to be here to see you.
Thank you, Jeannie Francis. Now, you heard, I'm sure backstage you could hear the audience getting excited and squealing just as soon as I said Luke and Laura. What are some of your, like, favorite fan moments, or maybe some of your scariest fan moments over the years? Because people are so obsessed with, especially this couple.
Right, they do love the couple. You know, years ago when it was in its heyday, it was a little bit crazy and screamy and hair pulling and climbing and peeking in windows. Now it's not like that. Now I just feel like I have friends everywhere. I can go anywhere and people will smile and wave, and it's a nice feeling. I really, really enjoy it.
It's like having a big extended family, right?
It isn't. It really, honest to God, is. It's nice.
All these people went to your wedding, sort of.
And they feel like they know me.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I think that's the thing about daytime drama, is that you really feel, you know, you're in these families' homes during the daytime hours. Oftentimes the kids are out to school. They really feel that intimacy, like you're their next door neighbor, right?
Yes, they do. And also it brings back memories for them, like they sat and watched it with their grandmother. Right. Or, you know, it evokes all kinds of childhood and family memories with them when they see me.
Because it was generations of fans.
Generations have sat and watched it. The show is 50 years old.
Amazing.
Yes.
And with so many daytime dramas having gone under the gun and under the knife and have just disappeared over the years, what a testament to GH and the whole team and the writers, and to be around after 50 years in television is really something.
It is.
Amazing.
It really is amazing.
Yes.
And building new audience.
And of course, yeah. That's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is that it's not only a survivor, it's surviving strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started the show when, in 76?
December 28th, 1976.
Wow.
That was my first date.
I heard backstage that your real life first kiss was in character on that show. Is that true?
Yes, it was, and it was so embarrassing. And
wow! Right? How freaky is that? How old were you?
I think I was 15 by then. But, you know, everybody on the show who, you know, they loved me. It was like I was like the baby of the family. Oh, so my TV mom, TV dad, and the stage manager, everybody's standing around the hood of the car going, oh, look, Jeannie's having a love scene. I wanted to die.
You wanted to die, right?
So embarrassing. Yes, it was horrible.
But by the way, good job, your parents. You made it to 15 without making out. Good for you.
Well, this was a long time ago, Rachel.
Yeah, it was different. Yes,
it's
there were
different
rules.
Yeah.
Different rules. What is it like returning to the show, to go back? Do you remember like the first moment when you stepped back into it and you're like, wow?
Yeah.
What was that first feeling?
You mean this comeback? It just feels great to be there right now. What's cool about right now is that everyone who ever carried the show, you know, Frisco and Felicia and Anna Devane is back, and all the different leads are all back at the same time. So we're all there, and it's sort of like, you know, who carried the show
and Tony,
club.
Yeah.
And Tony Geary, who's been
Tony
there
Geary.
all along.
Amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing. I've met him at a couple of the anything.
Yes.
Nice man.
Lovely man.
Lovely man.
And a lovely actor.
But it must be really cool to have that whole gang, that whole club. Does it feel like, you know, it's a family, right?
There's some real camaraderie there. It's very sweet. And everybody enjoys this sort of lark moment of having it coming back into their lives and being able to celebrate it.
You know, I remember trying to explain to family members, I think it was my dad who didn't watch, you know, when everybody was crying and the weddings and all. When you try and explain in a nutshell the storylines of a drama, you sound crazy, right? So it's true, though. It's true. So give us some of the storylines that we have going on right now on the show. Give us some
going
current
on
stuff.
right now. That's kind of hard, but I can tell you that, you know, my name on the show is Laura Vining, Faulkner, Weber, Baldwin, Spencer, Cassadine, Spencer. But I'm not so sure about that last Spencer, because they did get divorced. So
I love how you have to close your eyes to do that. I see it counted
count
out.
the years. That was only 5 years, Rachel. That's only 5 years of story.
Oh. You know, do you ever find yourself closing your eyes and like having to make little diagrams in your own head just to follow it all? It's complicated, right?
Well, you know, now I don't try to follow it all, Rachel. I really don't. I just try to show up and do my part and do my best.
You know, it is such a joy for look at the smiles in the room. It is such a joy to see you.
Oh, thank you.
General Hospital, of course, airs weekdays on ABC. Check your local listings. The one and only Jeannie Francis, everybody. Travis Mack will be right back.
Don't even think about coming on to my friend. We're not allowed to talk? No, you're not. Wow, curb your paranoia. I didn't even know he knew you. And hope you're paying attention because Maxie's showing her snarky true colors. Where do you get off judging? Let's start with the fact that you lied to Lucky about a baby that didn't exist and you fed him pills to get him to sleep with you. But you've never lied to a guy? Oh, except for Dylan, who you lied to so he would sleep with you even though he was in love with my sister. He never would have looked at you, Lulu. Well, at least I didn't feed Dylan pills or fake a pregnancy and a miscarriage. Don't expect Coop to be surprised. He knows all about my terrible past. And at least I didn't get pregnant and abort a baby because it was too much trouble.
Break it up!
Get off of me!
Lumen, get Maxie under control.
Let go of me! What the hell are you doing?
The fight's over.
Now look what you did. What I did? Thanks to the two of you, I freaked out on Logan and I put him in a coma, and then I find out that you guys were wrong all along. He wasn't the killer. We didn't do anything. Spinelli was just trying to protect your fairness, which I have to say is a name that doesn't exactly translate at this moment. That you had proof.
Okay, look,
Spinelli.
I understand your anger and remorse, but the wounded blonde was right. I only chose to share. May I reemphasize my...
Get the hell you unleashed. Everyone suffered. Michael, Jason, even AJ. All because you took it upon your sanctimonious self to tell a truth that wasn't yours to tell. All because you were jealous. You were afraid I was going to have a family that you couldn't have with Jason because you're HIV positive. There, I said it. You know what, Robin? You may fool the rest of the world, inspire pity and admiration, but I know you for the snake that you are. And I know you for the hateful person that you are. No wonder Sonny won't take you back. You know nothing about me and Sonny, okay? Thank God you were on the other side of the world. Oh, please. It's not hard to figure out. Sonny got fed up with your insanity.
So you think that this new, improved version of Carly that you're trying to sell is going to fly? You are in for a rude awakening.
What's it like up there? On that lofty moral perch where you look down your nose and pass judgment on the rest of us, huh? You would have thought somewhere along the line, after everything you've been through, you could pick up some empathy and compassion. Humility, maybe?
You have the nerve to spout words at me like empathy and compassion, which you've never shown to anyone. Oh, I'm sorry, unless it suited your own agenda.
How Jason could have spent more than 5 minutes in your miserable company
Well,
is beyond me.
He did, okay? No matter how much you hate it.
Get out. Go. Take your miserable butt back to Paris, please. Robin, you're finished in this here. Guess what? Your miracle drug didn't work. And you know what? You probably knew that it wouldn't. You played on Jason because he was vulnerable. Yeah. You thought, hey, if he feels obligated to me, I can slither my way back into his life. You have nothing else to offer him. Certainly not the sex he was used to having.
Enough.
No, it's not enough. It is just starting. Come on, Robin. Come on.
I think you guys have both said enough.
Get out of here. Get the hell out before I call security, or I'll throw you out myself. Look, I apologize for hitting you. No, I don't want your apology. You want to be sorry for something? You can be sorry for ruining my little boy's life just to give back at me.
I can't deal with you or who I become when I'm around.
Goodbye.
Do yourself a favor?
Do not fall for the wounded little girl act, okay? Robin Scorpio is not worth your time or energy.
Why? Because she's HIV positive.
No, because she's a bitch.
I think it takes one to know one. Water.
Drowning your sorrows or looking for your next mark?
Please, just back off, will you?
See that pool table? That's where I first met Jason. Right here at Jake's. He beat the pants off me. Literally. We went upstairs and had crazy sex all night. Did he ever tell you about that?
Gee, he didn't beg you to be his forever? He didn't just like just drop everything and do that? Surprising. Wow.
You need a little incentive. How's 5 million sound?
5 million what, Carly? Wishes, stars, ways to get rid of you? Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, that's funny. Dollars. Slick as you are, I bet you haven't turned that big of a profit.
Sorry. No. Jason and I are in love.
Did he ever tell you about his first love? An angel named Robin. She was so close to perfect, she blinded you with her halo. Jason loved her to distraction. Did I mention that she moved to Paris? Oops, I wonder how that happened.
Do you honestly think the shot of breaking his heart?
No. But he realized that I was right. And eventually he's gonna realize I'm right about you too. I'm about to run your skanky butt out of town. So take the money.
Put it on my table. Yeah?
Hey, Logan! Hey, Logan! Hey, man! Man, get this out with these wet t-shirts. Yeah. Hey, break it up. Come on. Hey.
You're gonna pay big time.
Relax.